Warning, there is a good chance Bitcoin Mike has no idea what he's talking about. Do your own research. Enjoy the show. Thank you. All right. Bitcoin back up to 29,194. Of course, we had that dump yesterday that we covered in a video I made last night. All off fake news. Apparently that Arkham, they put out a tweet yesterday talking about, the Mt. Gox Bitcoin was being sold. U.S. government was selling Bitcoin, and it basically crashed Bitcoin by actually almost 8%. So that's why you can't be involved with these little pump and dump moves, folks. You got to stay in it. That's pretty much what I've been preaching for the last year on this channel. If you start selling every time there's some sketchy news, you're not going to make any money in this market. So, I was on CNBC this morning. CNBC, of course, when Bitcoin was $15,000, it's a scam, it's going away. Jim Cramer's telling you it's rat poison, it's horrible, he's not in Bitcoin anymore. Well, now Bitcoin pushing $30,000, you're starting to see the positive articles. Folks, I've always said it, CNBC is the dumb money. They are advertising, they are promoting to the sheep, and that's how they make all their money. Here's a Bernstein article. Bernstein predicts crypto will emerge as an alternative finance system amid bank bust and says to buy Bitcoin. This is one of the headline articles on CNBC today. So you can't make this stuff up. As soon as Bitcoin gets bullish, you see the positive articles. Folks, just do the opposite of what CNBC is doing. And I know they're positive now, but remember, they were negative at 15,000. So you should have been buying at 15,000, not 30. Once Bitcoin hits 60,000, every article on CNBC is going to be about how great Bitcoin is. And then in 2 years, we'll go into a bear market again, and they're going to tell you it's a scam again. So it's like, it's the same shit, different day. It just rotates. And that's why this market is so easy. Like I've always said, a monkey can figure out this market. It's essentially just following the 4-year cycles at this point. It's just as simple as can be. Like I already said, the Arkham, they put out that tweet yesterday, crashed Bitcoin by 8%. They deny it now. I don't believe it at all. I believe that somebody on the inside in this Arkham group, they knew they could manipulate the markets. This is why Gary Gensler hates Bitcoin. This is why the SEC is suing everybody. This is why there's not an ETF in America, and there never will be, because it's so easily manipulated. One little tweet, that's fake. It's a fake tweet. One little fake tweet can crash Bitcoin by 7%. It was actually more than 7%. It was more like 8 or 9%. And it can crash altcoins by 15, 20%. So, of course, they deny it. They say it was a mistake. I don't believe it at all. I think this was coordinated. Somebody shorted and made a lot of money on this one. I mean, hell, if I was a part of Arkham, it'd be tempting not to do it. If you know that any little tweet you put out can crash the market by that much, and then you can just say it was a mistake, and there's really no way for anybody to prove it, especially if you're trading on like a decentralized exchange. So there's definitely some shenanigans going on, and that's why you don't want to be that dumb retail money that's like, oh, a tweet, I'm selling. Oh, it was fake news, I'm buying back in. The fact is, if you sold yesterday, you had to buy back in higher. Plus, you have to pay the exchange fees. And I say this as somebody who did all this. I remember when I got into Litecoin, I've always told these stories, bought Litecoin at all-time highs in 2017. But the worst part about it was not buying Litecoin at all-time highs, was just trading in and out. Every time Litecoin would dump, I'd sell. It would pump, I'd buy. Lost thousands and thousands of dollars. It really, in the end, had a huge effect on my portfolio, and we can't be doing that. That is a dumb money. Also saw this tweet from Dan Gumbardelio. I guess he has that crypto capital venture channel. I always like to give him shit in his comments, but he says something I completely agree with. And this is the dumb money versus the smart money. Here's his tweet. People will be more interested in buying Cardano when it hits $5 rather than 50 cents. That's 100% true. Once Cardano hits $1 again, you're actually going to see stories about Cardano on CNBC. You're going to see YouTubers that never even talk about Cardano or haven't talked about Cardano since it was $3. They're going to start talking about Cardano again. That's when all the dumb money comes in. And of course, The whole goal of this market is to not be the sheep, to buy now. And unfortunately, it does suck to say, but when you sell your Cardano at $3, $5, $10, $15, whatever we get to in 2024, 2025, you're selling to the dumb money, and they're probably going to lose it all. Because that guy buying Cardano from you at $5, $10, he's probably going to hold it right back down to 50 cents. You can even go on Crypto Dan's channel and go back 2 years ago. I was on his channel begging people to sell their Cardano at $2 and $3, telling them the top was in. Everybody was making fun of me, calling me an idiot. And of course, we did dump after that. I sold most of my Cardano at $2. I didn't get the high, but that's fine. $2 is better than 23 cents, which we went down to. But you just have to wait. You just have to wait for the dumb sheep they're sniffing around right now. And once Cardano slowly makes its way up, same with Theta. Once Theta hits $2, all the money is going to be flowing right back into Theta. Just like it happened with Bitcoin. Nobody was talking about Bitcoin at $15,000. Now we're at almost 30, and it's on CNBC again. So just be that smart money. All right, last article I found, Bitcoin could surge to 100,000 by the end of 2024. I think that's pretty much going to be like a guarantee. I think we're going to, of course, the last Bitcoin high was what, like $67,000. I think the next high for Bitcoin's probably going to be about $120,000. As you guys know, as Bitcoin grows, as the market cap gets bigger, as more people go in, the ROI is always less for Bitcoin. That's why there's more money to be made in the altcoins. But reasons for this, reasons for why Bitcoin is going to definitely go past all-time highs, back up to $120,000. Well, banking turmoil, as you see in this article. This whole banking narrative isn't going to go away. It's kind of funny. I was watching the news like a couple weeks ago, and on CNBC, they had a guy on there saying, the whole banking situation is blown out of proportion. That's all over now. We had one little bank go down, and now that's over. And now, of course, you have the banking narrative back. This banking narrative isn't going anywhere. Every Bitcoin bull run, there's some little thing, or in this case, a big thing, that takes us into the next bull market. There's some narrative. Because there always has to be a reason with people, right? There always has to be a reason. It can't just be the 4-year cycles. It can't be the halvening. There has to be something else. And I think this time it's going to be the banking narrative. So I'm calling for $120,000 Bitcoin by 2025, probably $100,000 sometime in 2024. So not too late to buy, but I'd be buying altcoins right now. All right, one last look at the markets. Bitcoin 29,332. You also have the stock market pumping today. This is a good day for the markets, an even better day for Bitcoin. And this is not just the Bitcoin pump day. We also have altcoins pumping. Ethereum back up to 1,900. Cardano's pushing that 42 cents mark again. And Doge back to 8 cents. Solana back up to 22. Litecoin just about $90 again. So everything's coming up. Like I said, folks, you don't want to sell. You don't want to be a part of the herd, especially when we're only 8, 9 months away or 10 months away from the next Bitcoin halving. It's absolutely ludicrous. Gareth Soloway had a tweet this morning talking about how he was shorting Bitcoin at $30,000 and he made all this money. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but you traded Luna to zero. And when Bitcoin was $15,000, you were calling for a $3,000 Bitcoin, and you said you weren't buying any. So the funny thing about trading is you can flip a coin, and you'll be right half the time. But with these traders who are selling you a course and a dream, they're selling you a course and a dream, they only talk about their good calls. The bad calls, they don't talk about, and they don't talk about how they're paying 50% in taxes either in the United States. So yeah, I get it. Trading's fun. You do it at certain times, but you don't trade when we're less than a year away from the halving. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.